If you're a defensive coach, this video is for you. In the top right-hand corner, I'm going to trigger my play editor, and you've got shapes over here on the left side, and then you've also got drawings. The initial download comes with offensive drawings, so we're going to remove these values and add in the defensive shapes and drawings. So click on the settings icon. We're going to highlight the values and choose remove selected. Now I can go up to my add shape library. From here, I'm going to go back a folder up to shapes, choose defensive view, and I can select all by going Control A, or you can highlight them all. And now we're going to hit open. We're going to do the same thing for the drawing libraries. So remove them, add the drawing, go back a folder, choose defensive view, check off defense and offensive personnel, and select open. I'm also going to check off always open play editor. So anytime you open up a PowerPoint, this feature will automatically open. So we're going to hit OK. Now on the left side of the screen, I'm going to go up to drawings, go to offensive personnel with the defensive view. I'm going to double click 21 under center. Now I can go up to defensive personnel and add your defensive personnel that you want to use. So I'm going to choose 3-4 and double click. So now I've got my 3-4 defense, and if I want, I can move everybody into the middle of the field, depending on however you want to set up your sheets. Now I can just adjust the Z, the X, cloud the corner, cloud the other corner as well, take the S, and now I can take the jack and move him outside the tight end as well. So this is what I call regular base 2 core versus pro. We're going to save this file and add it directly to our master library. So I'm going to go to File, Save As, or I can go Function F12. And I want to make sure that I'm in my master library underneath the Pro Quick Draw 4 folder. We're going to go to Defense, Defensive Alignments, and now I'm just going to type in regular base 2 core versus pro and hit save. Then we're going to build our next formation. So now I've created my second alignment. Same thing, File, Save As, and we're going to put it in the right folder. So now instead of Pro, this is Pro Twins. Hit save. Now we're going to build out iPro Flex, and I'm holding down the Shift key when I click and drag to keep them on that horizontal plane. There's our third alignment. So now I'm going to go to File, Save As, and now this is versus Pro Flex. So we've built out 3 different formations with the alignment versus 3-4. And now we're going to close out of this PowerPoint and open up a new one. Once I've opened up the new PowerPoint, now we're going to trigger the toggle panel. So toggle panel's turned on. Top left-hand corner, I'm going to go to Select Template. I'm going to choose my 4UP DT, which stands for Drawing and Title. I'll click the Update button. So now it's going to drop the template right there on the page. I'm going to slide over to Defense, Defensive Alignments. I'm going to add Pro, Pro Twins, Pro Flex. So we're going to add a 4th value here using the Save As button. So the next formation is going to be Twin Wing, which is very similar to Twins. So I'm going to add Pro Twins, select the diagram, and click Save As. This opens up the File Save As menu. So now I can just rename this formation. So it's versus Twin Wing and hit save. It's going to open up that file. You can see on the left side, the play editor is already open as well. So now we're just going to slide out the F into a wing. We're going to take cloud the corner. We've got the safety on top. Everybody else stays the same. So all I have to do now is just close out of this diagram. So close it and hit save because we've already named the file and we've put it in the folder. So now you can see it's updated in the presentation. If I go to Defense, Defensive Alignment, and then there's all 4. Now, if you want to start using shapes and make it easy on you, you can select the diagram and hit Edit. When you've selected Edit, I'm going to zoom in and hold the Control key on my keyboard and take my mouse wheel and just roll it up. So get to where you feel comfortable. And now on the left side of the screen, I'm going to grab Stunts and Blitz. So I can select the tackle and say he's going to short stick to the right. And that's going to drop that value right on the tackle. Let's say the nose and the end are going to do the same exact thing. So now I can just grab those guys right there, grab them both, and when you double click that object, it's going to automatically drop on there as well. So that's how you can easily use shapes. If you wanted to draw your own arrow, just take one that we've already got, right click, set as default shape, and grab your freeform tool. So now if I want to show the Sam dropping to the weak hook, I can just drop that in, control, move my mouse wheel down. I've zoomed out. Now you can see how easy it is to add shapes. One key point too that we have is called a match feature. So if I select the Z and the Y and I go up here to routes, I can change the line color and set it to match. So now when I drop in, let's just say a post, I can double click it and it will match the color of the value directly to those players as well. But once you've done and you've edited the diagram the way you want it, you're just going to close it and hit save, and that will have edited the diagram that you have within the presentation. So use these features to get started quickly. So just go ahead and change out your defensive shapes and drawings to the defensive side of ball. small, create a couple formations, get rolling, start adding some shapes, and get comfortable with it. Start small, and then you can continue to progress with the program. And as always, if you need help, please reach out to support. Thank you, and we appreciate it. Go ahead and begin with a blank presentation. In the top right-hand corner, you want to trigger your play editor. On the left side of the screen, there's two sections. You've got shapes, which are the individual drawing objects, and then you have drawings. And so if I select offensive personnel, I've got personnel groupings down here at the bottom. What we're going to do is we're going to build 4 formations and save these to your master library. So I can start by double-clicking 11 personnel 2x2. That's going to drop it right there on the page. And I call this formation Detroit. So I'm going to go to File, Save As. So I'm going to go to Documents, Pro Quick Draw 4. I'm going to select Master Library, go to Offense and Offensive Formations. And I'm going to name this play Detroit and hit Save. Now let's build our second formation. I'm going to select the Y. I'm going to slide him in. This formation is called Dallas. So I'm going to hit F12 on my keyboard or File, Save As, call it Dallas. I'm going to slide the Y over and create a 3x1 set. Take the X, we're going to align him to the top. I'm going to take the S and the Z and we're going to go to Arrange, Align, Bottom. So there's what I call tray. So I'm going to go F12, tray. We're saving it in our master library for offensive formation. And I'm going to build one more and call it trips O. So I'm going to slide this guy out here. I'm going to highlight. I can split the difference and distribute them horizontally. Go F12. Here's trips O. So now when I hit save, I've added those 4 formations. I'm going to get out of the play editor and create a new PowerPoint and open up my toggle panel. So I'm going to File, New, and I'm going to turn on my toggle panel. The top left-hand corner, I'm going to start with Select Template. I'm going to choose my 4-up with DT, so I've got my drawing and title, and click Update. That's going to add the template directly to the page. I'm going to navigate back to my library, select Offense. I'm going to go to Offensive Formations, double-click Dallas, double-click Detroit. Do the same for Trey, do the same for Trips O. Now let's say I want to build a pass. I'm going to draw a drive concept using the Dallas formation. So I'm going to add a slide. I'm going to add Dallas. I'm going to single-click it and go to Save As. I don't want to work in the offensive formations. I'm going to work in the pass game drawings. So I'm going to go to pass game. I'm going to call the play Dallas 64 drive and hit enter to save. Trigger my play editor. And if you go into your settings, you can always open play editor. So now that will always trigger when I open a PowerPoint. So now we're going to draw our route concepts. So I'm going to grab a routes shape library. I want my line color to match. So now when I select the X, I can double click post and have it drop right on. I'm going to grab the Y and go with a drag, and then I'm going to grab the S and draw in a dig, but I want to flip it horizontally, double click dig. On the Z, I'm going to drop in a fade concept. So there's how quickly I can drop in my routes. So I've already given the file a name and put it in the right folder. So all I have to do now is just hit close and save. And that right there will automatically update the drawing. And if I go right back into my pass game library, there's Dallas 64 drive. So make sure you start small, build out a couple formations, put them in the right folder, trigger the toggle panel, and add those plays, and then begin to build out your passes and keep it simple. And as always, please reach out to us for support. Thank you.